story for Sidney Crosby about the jersey?
Do I have a story?
Yeah, he was saying he was wondering what the story was behind you wearing it.
No, I mean, other than, I don't have a story. I don't have a special story about it now. It's just, no, it's a great jersey. Obviously, he's a great player. Big fan. So that was.
The history behind it, he's kind of owned.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, he's hated there, I guess. No, but yeah, I think that shit blew up on Twitter or on social media. I wasn't trying to start a whole deal about it, but it was good. Though. It was good.
How do you feel about losing DJ to a knee?
Yeah, I was watching him today do some of the exercises. It was just kind of like PTSD about that situation. Not just losing him. Him the guy. Caring about him. That's it's not something you want to see somebody go through. Me being a part of it or having gone through it now, I understand all the the process of it and how long it takes to get back, and the pain and just the days of not being yourself. So it's I hate that for him.
You guys got close last offseason when you guys were rehabbing. Is it any harder to see him after that relationship got built so much, having to go through this thing?
Yeah, he was rehabbing his back, this offseason. Now he's having to deal with this. He's a tough guy. He's he loves this, so I know we'll come back from it. But it's obviously just tough to see.
When you and I know you're focusing still with one game left, but when you reflect on the journey you've had these last 8 weeks, I mean, does it seem only like a couple months? Does it seem like longer for you? What kind of has been your mindset when you kind of look at these 2 months that you've been able to play?
Honestly, just try to get better each and every week. I know how the game goes. I know how it's again the missing the time, missing the reps, and missing the feel of the game, and having all that move fast, slow it down. Part of the process, and now being in the season, trying to just continue to go up and move in the right direction, and play good football, and that's what I was telling y'all. I mean, just what do I want out of myself is to play good football, see the field, and just get better, going into next season, so that way we can, hit the ground running.
When I asked you after the game if you're back to where you were, you said it's more like a form.
Yeah.
What does that mean? Can you kind of explain that?
I think everybody's got the ability, or everybody's abilities are different. But, I think you look around the league, I think a lot of guys, there's years where guys are, at the peak form. There's guys where, there's years where guys have down years. All that is dependent on, the individual. But I think for me, this past game, I felt like I was in that, and felt, that's what playing at a high level, that's kind of part of, felt that way last Sunday. So to keep that going, hit a groove and get in a rhythm, I feel good about how you're playing.
It's frustrating. It's one game left.
No, I mean, I just make the most of this game. I know people have different opinions on, winning or losing or whatever like that, but I play to win, so.
How difficult is it, or is it difficult at all to lock in on this type of game knowing that the off-season's around the corner?
No, I mean, it's you get one more opportunity. I was playing in the NFL. This is a privilege, so I'm not taking it for granted, especially being out as much as I was out. I'm excited to get out there.
Gannon said that he's always felt conviction in you being his franchise quarterback. From when he took the job to going forward, what's it just mean to have that type of support from him?
It means a lot. But I think he's told me that since day one. So for me, it was really nothing that was in the back of my mind or anything like that. I wasn't really worried about it. I was just focused on going out there and playing well, proving him right, and continue to try to do that every day.
Since he told you that from day one, did that make getting to know him easier, knowing that the future was in hands and that you guys were just planning to build on kind of the foundation of all this?
I mean, just talking to him, and then him knowing what I'm capable of, obviously understanding the things that I do on the field, can do on the field, watching me play, like stuff like that. He obviously understands the game, and he understands what, how hard this is or whatever it may be. But like I said, just talking to him, I could feel out whether or not, he knew, he had a clue about, my capabilities and stuff like that. So no, it doesn't surprise me about what he said, no.
You talk about getting better all the time, and I know you're a football junkie anyways. Is there a part of you that is anxious to get to the part of the offseason when you can start, maybe building a foundation more than you were able to have this year?
Yeah, of course. I mean, God willing, make it healthy to the offseason. I can't wait, just to be able to have a full, normal offseason. Obviously continue to get stronger in my leg and stuff like that, but not only that, just be able to be with the guys and get that rhythm and be able to, go out there, throw routes and work on the little nuances of the game that we didn't get to do this year, and kind of for me have shown or I felt like has held us back in a sense on the field. But the longer that we've done, this is week 6 or 7 or 8 now, so we've gotten better, I feel like, in that aspect because we've been on the field together, and that'll only grow when we're on the field in the offseason working those things out.
You get started on all that stuff earlier this offseason than you have in the past because you want to get there's slack to pick up, I guess.
No, I mean, I always usually start pretty early. Guys go on trips or do whatever they do, but yeah, probably get, I would love to get out there as soon as possible with those guys.
I know it's out of your hands, but Hollywood becomes an unrestricted free agent. How much are you hoping, expecting he comes back?
Yeah, I am hoping he comes back.
Say maybe your GM about it?
I let them do their thing, but I would love for him to be back for sure.
Are you ever tired of the conversation around the country about you're the guy, you're not the guy, you're too short, you're not big enough? Did you ever tire of that? I know you play a position where every quarterback is the center of controversy all the time, but
You said tire?
you get weary of it.
Weary.
Does it piss you off?
Okay, there we go. Nah, I mean, I try to stay out of it. I try to stay out of the little, social media stuff like that. But every quarterback deals with it. Every player deals with it. Some more than others. I'm not gonna go on a rant about it, but no, I like I said, I try to go out there and do my thing. I know what I'm capable of. So at the end of the day, when you win, that'll shut everybody up. So obviously this year, I played half a season. We'll get an opportunity to do it again next year.
You think that maybe like in the beginning of the year when you first met JG and you guys were both really excited to meet each other and stuff, and then he went to Oklahoma with the staff, and maybe that kind of started everything. That's kind of where you really felt like he was convicted in having you.
I mean, I talked to him before he got the job. Like he was here for the interview. Chopped it up with him for about 15 minutes in the weight room before he had to go do his thing. And I mean, at that moment, I knew it was, an instant as far as, okay, this guy, his knowledge of the game and how he sees the game and stuff like that. And then obviously he got the job, and from that day on, it was kind of like, I won't say when you meet your best friend, but that type of that he just, it was instant, as far as, we kind of speak the same language.
Knowing that you had his support so early on in the process, that when you came back, that helped you play, I guess, any freer, any less pressure, any less stress on you?
I mean, you want to win for a guy like that, you know what I'm saying? You want to do anything. I think he's the type of guy you know what I'm saying, you run through a wall for because he's got your back. So that's definitely I think it helps for sure. But I mean I'm trying to win. I mean, regardless of who it is, but for sure.
When you look at, the young core that you guys have, yourself, Trey Pride, Michael Wilson, Darius Johnson, how excited are you about the future moving forward with this franchise?
I think this is a big year as far as building culture, setting a standard with JG, Monty, and the draft class. They've been great. All the guys, love football, ask questions. extra work, whatever it is, you can tell it's different vibes. So I'm excited to move forward and continue to grow with these dudes.
What kind of respect do you have for Buda Baker as a, kind of like one of your warriors, a guy who's been here through the losing, still plays hard every down, and still keeps his head up, and still keeps fighting? What kind of respect levels do you got for that guy?
A lot. I love Buddha. I respect the hell out of Buddha. He's a great player, a fierce leader, competitor, and he loves the game of football.
You've got one more game left, but heading into the offseason, do you feel, I guess, more in lockstep or on the same page more than you have with the head coach, GM, and maybe in the franchise?
In the past 5 years? Look at you. I'm locked in. I'm locked in. Yeah.
How much more comfortable under center are you now versus, that Atlanta game to start the, I think you had as many snaps this year as your whole career under center.
Oh, actually under center. Yeah, feel good. I enjoy it. Something I kind of asked for in the past. I think it, it gives us a different versatility into the offense that we could have used, and it gives the defense a different look. You can't really see the ball as far as play fakes, and that split second. As far as play action and stuff like that, it affects the defense. So I enjoy it.
We've seen what you can do when you've got protection and you're passing out of the pocket, and it worked really well Sunday, especially.
Yeah.
But I mean, do you think we'll see you on more bootlegs, RPOs, moving out, making plays on the run next year?
That's a question for Drew.
Do you have any thoughts about it?
I just want to make plays, move the ball down the field, score touchdowns.